Rise and shine, it's Monday morning. Time to get that mental flex. Motivation style in 3, 2, 1.
Brought to you live from the ccmindiana.com studios.
Yo, Monday morning, back on Activate the Great with Tyler Davis.
What's happening, GT?
Yeah, man. Greg Thomas in the house. Hey, love the fact that you guys are listening to this, tuning in. Please love, like it, and share it. I need it. We love it. We want you to love it. We want more people that don't know it to love it.
That's right. Share it.
Oh, yeah. Can't do it without you. I mean, we're going to beat our own drum, but, I wouldn't mind having a couple backup drums in there.
That's right. Little backup singer.
Oh, yeah. Today, going to hit on a little something. I think we've been seeing, especially over, the landscape, the backdrop over the past 18 to 24 months is that it's become socially acceptable to have an excuse for just about anything.
Anything and everything.
Hey, how many things? Oh, COVID. It's like these reflex things. I mean, like, obviously it's a real thing. It's a problem, people are dealing, right? Yep. But now there's this default as to why you can't be a better person.
Yeah, man.
Oh, here's why. Here's this, here's that, And I guess what I really have noticed the most here lately is folks are disconnecting emotionally.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like emotional intelligence, right? Like being able to tap into humanity, right? And like, kind of, vibe with people and just have a baseline, right?
Empathize with one another and self.
Right.
That's a big part of it.
Oh, everybody, to your point on the self part, I think right now everybody is like, hey, I can be selfish now.
Yeah. For
the first time ever in my life, I can make this about me all the time.
Yeah. It don't work that way.
Oh, yeah. And what happens is you end up disconnecting from your emotional intelligence. So what we're going to talk about today, 3 ways to step up your emotional intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. And these are things that I've struggled and failed at, sometimes miserably, right? But I think that awareness is like, man, this is what I can do better. These are my triggers. Here's how I know to sidestep these minds or keep myself out of those type of situations because it's important to me. Being able to connect on a human level, like interpersonal level. So you can sidestep these minds and set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
So with no further ado, number 1, be quick to let things go.
Man, just put it down.
Oh, dude, it's heavy.
Yes. It carries a lot of weight when you want to decide to try and carry all those thoughts around with you.
Oh, and it's just, you're tethered to all these other things. You're like pulling an anchor behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you can definitely, say the things that need to be said. You can certainly do that, right? But you can be respectful and candid and get your point across, get it off your chest, and then bye. Yeah. Let it go.
Yes.
You don't have to keep beating this and keep, hammering and kicking somebody when they're down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't keep score.
Don't keep score. That's exactly right. So how can you be in touch with your emotional intelligence if you've got one part of your brain keeping score? I mean, you got your own little scorekeeper up there with a little pen and paper. You know what I mean? How can you possibly be in the moment?
You can't.
And that's what you have. You really need to be in the moment, So, be sure to let things go, Say what needs to be said so you can do that, right? You got it off your chest and it's done.
Put it down.
You put it down, And, and nextly, be mindful and intentional with your words, okay? Which is what we're talking about. So number 2, be mindful and intentional with your words, okay? Will this help move the needle?
Yeah.
Am I making this about me or am I making this message about you or you or the collective we? Right. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get something across. You might be frustrated. I know I've been frustrated many times when it comes to certain things, and I've had many opportunities to work on myself.
Same.
But
the way we say it can change everything.
Oh, man. I mean, there's people that do genuinely feel bad when things come up, and when they don't go, you think they wanted it to go that way?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I used to be this guy that's like, bam, and be like, just hit you like a shark with it. You know what I mean? And just like, hey, I want to make this hurt. You know what I mean? Right. But then I realized that, there's an error in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It already hurts.
Oh, it already hurts. So be mindful and intentional with your words. You know what I mean? That's going to allow you to connect with that person and really get it meaningful. You're not activating their amygdala or fight or flight by the way that you said something or the way you approached it. So it kind of circles back to that thing, like don't take something that wasn't your fault and make it your fault by the way you handled it.
Correct.
Yeah? So, yeah. And then lastly, clear your mind. Right? Be in the moment.
That's what it's all about.
Part the clouds and just allow to share that space with somebody, share that moment with somebody without it always being about you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right.
Because there's weight to that right there.
Oh, how can you even possibly be focused on emotional intelligence or getting better at it if you're in your head?
Yeah.
If you're thinking about things that already happened, you know what I mean? So you have to be able to look through that windshield and be in touch with people and be engaged enough, right? To even be a part of the human race.
Yeah, that was that moment I had this week looking through the rearview mirror. Kept fiddling with it, like, man, it just ain't right. And then I realized, like, dude, put your eyes straight. You're not going that way.
Oh, if you start thinking about it, you're going to pick it apart. It's never going to be fixed enough. So, 3 ways to step up your emotional intelligence. 1, be quick to let things go. You can certainly say what needs to be said, but, say it and move on, right? And 2, be mindful and intentional with your words. And number 3, clear your mind, right? And to put a button on this thing, embracing emotional intelligence is embracing humanity.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Embracing humanity. Let's get back to being people of the people. You know what I mean? So now it's socially acceptable to get further and further away from this baseline of humanity and treating people with respect and like just wanting to be there and share that space. Do your part to change it. We're going to do our part, and let's meet in the middle on it.
Yep.
Catch you next time. Want to take a quick minute to thank our sponsor, ccmindiana.com, for all your mortgage needs. Very competitive, ready to rock, ready to help you be a pre-approved buyer that can compete. Ready to get pre-approved for your next mortgage? Stop by ccmindiana.com and see how we can help.